Right, abusuan mu bibia kwa ban famra 2 Kennis and Blossom e wo YouTube so ase abusuan for ya ban sem ahodo a ekoso ana ebe som ya hwefo enyina na abusuan ensem bia ba betodwa we eye between Kennedy Agyapong Samson na eye Joy News ana abusuan sansem we e form ho ne ebe kɔ ne akwa akɔgye nsem nyina enchirima serious answer na be kɔ nsem so bu ne ndi kwa so unya subscribe fa ma channel ya na wa subscribe e de amam abusuan de tin nyina nse info bi ana ba betodwa ne nyina efa eye Kennedy Agyapong na lawyers ensem yom da ba tudwa se ade so person mu siw Joy News omon nsem yom aka ade afa Kennedy Agyapong ho ntino omo ba be siw omo na abusu akrata na wo hase ensem nyina so enchiremu wo hase edienti ana masa mpenfue ana so lawyers yire ensem bia ba betudwa se omo kwa ko siw Joy News for we yankɔ ne yankɔje sansem nya enchiremu emfambra medin elkwam gentle
Anas Arimiyahu Anas has seen many dishonest officials named, shamed, and jailed. Some were cheating poor orphans at the orphanage. Some were stealing at the ports and got Professor Mills angry. Some were selling justice and they got Judge Georgina Wood, kicked them out of the courts. He caught others, shortchanging the country, smuggling its precious cocoa. This country has used him to successfully fight the corrupt. Even in the court, politicians and presidents have made pledges about adopting his methods to fight corruption. And they got almost all of us loving and hailing Anas. But things have not been the same in recent times. He's human and subject to error and wrongdoing. I may disagree with him at times, but I refuse to join the crucify him calls. We will discuss the New Jersey jury's $18 million verdict in his favor. Whatever amount he gets eventually, I join him to celebrate his victory at this point. And whatever happens, I pray he is not discouraged from continuing his work, even if he may want to resort to the agent provocateur principle or the most hated, quote-unquote, entrapment model. This country is a place where people don't have classrooms to sit in and study, hospitals to take care of their health, or even food to eat at times. This country still loses over $3 billion United States dollars each year to corruption. We need those who will fight it and fight it right. And that will be my take. About the matter we discussed about Anas the other day. Look, if you are known to lie, to blackmail, and openly threaten journalists, even insult judges, and get away with it. Yes, if you can get away with treasonable comments because the plutocratic politics has handed you loads of money, it is understandable why you will pretend to rejoice over a judgment that indicts you, finds you guilty of telling untruths and falsehoods. In the Anas case, the jury gave him so much, but the judge later found that the maximum, according to the defamation law of New Jersey, in the circumstances of this case, was $500. He says he got what he really wanted, a judgment in his favor, because Kennedy Agyapong could not prove any of his allegations against him in court. And that's how we do it in a civilized society. Yes, I can imagine the damage to the peddler of the falsehoods and the relief to the victor, the relief from what Justice Kolendi and Tanko later deprecated and washed their hands off. This will be my take.
All right. And following AN Sama, lawyer Samson Ladi Ekaye, ewo videos we mu started describing Kennedy Agyapong say he made his money through plutocratic politics. And then sense me bro kabu no hu no. And no, and lawyers he releases letter. Ya wo mudin concerned lawyers of NPP. Na busia in the letter no, or mama 4 conditions. The final one, which is the 4th point no, HM said the first 3 so when me meet here, then omu ebetimi akopie mu court. enu nti enu enu mo man 7 days say untimi mpa achew na busia yenko details of the letter if MPP lawyers no ho etini aba.
Press statement by concerned NPP lawyers on the unethical and unprofessional conduct of Mr. Samson Ladi Ayenini, host of Newsfile on Joy News. We, the undersigned concerned NPP lawyers, are compelled to speak out in defense of the integrity of the Ghanaian judiciary and in protection of the professional and personal reputation of Honorable Kennedy Agyapong against the persistent, unethical, biased, and unprofessional conduct of Mr. Samson Ladi Ayenini, host of Newsfile on Joy News and a lawyer in Ghana. Mr. Ayenini's recent commentaries on his program has, in our view, crossed the boundaries of responsible journalism and professional ethics. His statements conflict legal analysis with inflammatory rhetorics and reveal a troubling pattern of behavior that undermines confidence in Ghana's judiciary, while simultaneously launching unprovoked and slanderous attacks on the character of Honorable Kennedy Agyapong. Mr. Ayenini has persistently used his media platform to portray Honorable Kennedy Agyapong in a negative and prejudicial light. He has aired serious and often unfounded allegations against him without extending a fair opportunity for a response. This is a clear violation of the principles of fair and balanced journalism and an abuse of media responsibility. His use of phrases such as plutocratic politics and insinuations that Honorable Kennedy Agyapong has enriched himself through illicit means and influenced judicial outcomes through corrupt means are not only defamatory but are also not supported by judicial findings. These claims have either been dismissed in court or lack any evidentiary foundation. Such conduct is wholly inconsistent with the unethical standards expected of a journalist and, more critically, a lawyer of Mr. Ayenini's standing. By making unsubstantiated accusations on a public platform offering a right of reply, Mr. Ayenini has fallen short of the standards required by both the Ghana Journalists Association's Code of Ethics and the legal professional conduct and ethics rules. Equally, if not more troubling, is Mr. Ayenini's tendency to cast aspersions on the judiciary. His recent commentary implied that certain judges were complicit in allowing blackmail and treasonable comments to go unpunished and sought to discredit a full lawfully majority decision of the Supreme Court by glorifying dissenting opinions and implying corruption. Even more disturbing was his comparison of a Ghanaian Supreme Court decision with an unrelated judgment from a US court, concluding that that's how we do it in a civilized society. This irresponsible statement implies that Ghana's judiciary is uncivilized or inferior, an assertion that is not only offensive but deeply damaging to the public trust in our judicial system. Ghana's courts are the cornerstones of our democratic system, undermining their authority through careless and politicized commentary, especially by a senior lawyer. His conduct unbecoming of a member of the bar and a betrayal of professional responsibility. Mr. Ayenini's conduct violates known journalistic standards and principles of responsible media commentary. It demeans the legal profession and undermines the solemn duty lawyers owe to the administration of justice. As such, his actions constitute grounds for disciplinary action before the General Legal Council. We do not issue this statement lightly. However, as lawyers committed to the integrity of the legal system and the principles of fairness, we cannot remain silent when one of our own uses his dual platform as lawyer and journalist to malign others, promote biased narratives, and attack the very institutions that safeguard our democracy. We therefore give Mr. Ayenini 7 days from the date of this statement to publicly retract his offensive, unethical, and unprofessional remarks, demand that he cease using his platform to impugn the judiciary and malign Honorable Kennedy Agyapong under the guise of legal commentary, and warn that failure to do so will result in the following actions. 1. A formal petition to the National Media Commission (NMC) for violations of journalistic ethics. 2. A petition to the General Legal Council for misconduct and bringing the legal profession into disrepute. 3. A letter to Multimedia Group Limited calling on them to investigate and address the misuse of their platform for partisan and defamatory commentary. And 4. A court action to compel a retraction of those unfounded and defamatory comments. We reaffirm that this is not an attempt to curtail freedom of speech or media independence. Rather, it is a call for responsible speech, particularly from those who wield influence in shaping public discourse. As legal professionals committed to justice and truth, we will not sit idly by while our courts, our clients, and our country are dragged through the mud by biased media actors abusing the trust of the public. Signed, William Kusi Esquire, convener, concerned lawyers of NPP.
All right, so we say a letter and then some abanabekaya. Already lawyer Samson Ladi Nankasa so it means you are bringing for defamation. So it is only fair and square as these lawyers acting on behalf of Kennedy Agyapong, and according to letter, which said they are trying to defend the integrity of Ghana's judiciary because per the statement and the description, Samson Ladi, they describe it Ghana judiciary no comparing to ANAS and at the end with US. The film by the chim say as a Ghana hano. Some judges may bow to intimidation and threats. Now almost at me at the bias judgment because in part of the video no me describing baby said you who are not case judgment you know. That is how it is done in a civil society, which of course lawyers know so it me a highlight here will let him say such statements no can change as a Ghana ha judgment any judges any court system no or no one acting as a journalist and as a lawyer in person no or no one crown or head the imbu. And so these lawyers are talking on two conditions and I said two pillars so na one Omo kasa in favor of Kennedy Agyapong as a party member. I also a lawyer of lawyers of NPP no. Omo pese Samson Ladi ebegu Kennedy Agyapong hu fie. Nti no ma kire se ontime retracting no apologize. Aside that, as lawyers, I also a profession a law no. Omo esa che ma lawyer Samson Ladi nkasa ene nku Kennedy Agyapong hu fie bet wasan akoso egu eye Ghana court enso ehu fie any judges ehu fie the judicial system. Enu nti eno nso ontime emfa che opa embra se wanye sa dia then ombetimi akopie mu e court. Now, if it's defamation case, ebetimi akoso over and some Samson Ladi etimi ekaye. We see a Phoenix Media, me do see her, me edc chemical send your first time the channel. Obetimi subscribe to channel. Aside that the comment section is open, obetimi so I shall comment. Sabe ya, yebetimi